So I was checking out some short horror stories on Reddit, and one user posted this really creepypasta about an app called the Countdown app. And then another user replied to that post saying that they actually had an app like that, and it messed up their life pretty badly. My phone was fully charged, so I turned on the flashlight and got out of bed to go use the bathroom. As I walked past my closet, I saw the door handle moving ever so slightly. I paused and stared at it. Then I shook my head and walked away. So I asked if they could DM me the story so I could read it, and this is what they sent me. The countdown would stop every hour on the dot and then start again right after. At first it was every hour, but then it became every 15 minutes. I tried calling my friends, but my hands were shaking so much that they couldn't understand what I was saying. Then the phone started beeping again, and I looked down to see that the timer had stopped at 1 minute and 43 seconds. I started to panic, but then I heard a voice behind me say, "It's time to go." I turned around, I screamed, and that's when I blacked out. But there was nobody there. I woke up at 3 a.m. for no apparent reason. It was cold and the power was out. Apparently, my mom found me on the floor in a fetal position and then called 911. I was in a medically induced coma for almost a week. And when I finally woke up, the doctors told me that I had no brain activity for 5 whole days. They honestly had no explanation for why I survived, but I knew it was because the countdown was wrong. I checked my phone, and sure enough, the app was gone. But then I noticed something weird. I had a bunch of new text messages from my mom asking me if I was okay, and they all had the same timestamp, yet they were sent at different times on different days. When I returned from the bathroom, my phone was on the nightstand where I had left it. It had given me the time that I would become patient zero. See, the thing about that Reddit post is that it isn't a creepypasta, it's a warning. If you download this app, the name of the app was simply Countdown. It will tell you when you're gonna die. And so far, every single person who has installed it has died on that day. But when I picked it up, it was face down. I flipped it over and saw that there was a new app on it that wasn't there the night before. I was scared, but I just kind of whispered it into existence. I didn't install this app, but for some reason I felt compelled to click on it. When I did, it said welcome and then gave me 2 options, male or female. I chose female. Then it asked me for my birth date. I hesitated, but then I entered it. Finally, it asked for my name. Then it said, "Hello, name. You have 3 days, 17 hours, 56 minutes, and 43 seconds until you die." I threw the phone back on the bed and got under the covers. I tried to sleep, but of course I couldn't. I just kept thinking about how I only had 3 days to live. Then at around 9 a.m., my phone started beeping. I didn't move at first, but then I realized that the countdown had stopped. I cautiously got out of bed and picked up my phone, and it said that I had 3 days, 17 hours, 56 minutes, and 43 seconds until I died. Again, I walked back to the bathroom and stared at my reflection in the mirror. I splashed water on my face and tried to calm myself down. Maybe it was some kind of sick joke played by my friends, or maybe it was a glitch in the system. Either way, I decided that I just needed to get on with my day like normal. But as the hours passed, the same thing kept happening. The next thing I remember is waking up in a hospital bed. It turns out that I had somehow completely missed the last 2 days. That's when I realized that the app hadn't given me the time of my death.